In this week's message, Ed Regan on the future of tolling and user-based alternative revenue mechanisms. Join us, won't you? Hello, everyone. This is your IBTTA Weekly Update for Friday, August 9th, 2019. I'm Pat Jones. This week, Ed Regan of CDM Smith stopped by to talk with us about the future of tolling and user-based alternative revenue mechanisms. We specifically talked about the Surface Transportation Reauthorization Bill passed unanimously by the Senate EPW Committee on July 30th. One provision of the bill, Title III, Section 3001, directs the U.S. DOT Secretary to carry out a research program to develop and test the feasibility of a nationwide alternative roadway funding mechanism to expand federal funding for highway improvements. This section of the bill could prove to be transformative for both tolling and road usage charging. I asked Ed for his thoughts about this section of the bill.
Yeah, Pat, I've as you say, I have been talking about this issue of road user charging, the move to mileage-based user fees at various association meetings over the years. I think back as far as the first time I remember talking about was the Paris IBTTA meeting, 2003 or 4 or something like that. And from that very beginning, and the industry itself, has been lukewarm to the idea of road user charging for a lot of different reasons, but I've always pointed out that potentially if we move to a kind of a national pricing system or something like this, then that can make user fee collection a lot easier. It's not a threat to our industry. It is basically an easier way to do it. It eliminates the double taxation concerns and other things that affect our industry. But the point I made is that the toll industry needs to be at the table when we plan that system in the future. And lo and behold, in this proposed legislation, or in this legislation, this Senate EPW bill, it specifically establishes an advisory panel, and lo and behold, on that advisory panel, it requires representation from America's toll industry. And I think that is very, very profoundly important to our industry, because basically what it does is it now says we do have a place at the table. And as we plan for automated electronic pricing, road pricing systems of the future, the needs of the toll industry will be front and center and will be included in that. And I also think that the advisory committee and the entire process of figuring out what a national pricing system is all about will benefit greatly from the lessons learned by our industry that we can bring to the table with it.
Working with Ed Regan is not all fun and games. Sometimes you have to get down to really serious business like this. And we're going to sing Oh Danny Boy.
Oh my God.
All right? you pick the key. Okay, let's start again.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Hey, that'll make me, Pat.
All right. Thanks again to Ed Regan of CDM Smith for stopping by to speak with us about the future of tolling and user-based alternative revenue mechanisms. Well, that's our wrap-up for this week. Thanks for joining us. Keep in touch, and we'll see you down the road.